Welcome everyone. Episode 3 of Show Me Your Medals from the new season. Don't actually have anything witty to say, so you know this is made up on the spot. But
let's start with a room tour of Will's new room.
Room tour.
Give us a 360, yeah. You know?
Hey, give me a 360. Come on there. Hi everyone. Look at that little basketball room there. You know, medals, trophies. There you go. And that's it, really.
Your new office, yeah.
A new office, yeah.
I see you put your underpants away as well.
Yeah, especially for this, just in case.
So what's been happening on week 3? What's been happening? We've had a few games actually, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's been
cup games.
Cup in the Premier League. So
yeah, Man United's had 2 games, 2 draws. 0-0 against Palace, 1-1 against Twente. Just 2 terrible performances. I mean, yeah, I would say terrible performance, but just unlucky. Like even against Palace, Garnacho hit the post, and then Bruno hit the post on the rebound. A couple of good chances. Henderson played out his skin against his old club.
Did he get man of the match? Or
I think he got man of the match. He made about 9 saves.
Yeah,
he made about 9 saves. Yeah,
saves they did.
But then even though he had a really good, made 9 saves. Onana made a sick double save. I don't know if you know which I'm talking about. He made one quick save and then he got up again, and then hit a rebound. Got a bit lucky, but he's been. How many games has it been now? 4. It's been 5 games, isn't it? And we've not had to speak to him about him. He's fixed up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He's not done anything silly. Like he's not been calamity Onana of last season. So
last night he should have saved that one at his near post, right?
Yeah, but it was not calamity anyway. If anything, it wasn't his fault. I did think he's savable because he kind of stood up.
Not doing his job though.
Yeah, he's not doing his job because as a keeper, that side's yours, isn't it? If it goes
near post is yours.
Yeah, near post should have been his, but that wasn't his fault. Then that whole goal was just like there's a team calamity. Like from almost their area, guy runs the length of the pitch. And then Ericsson, like the elder statesman, turns into trouble. Don't know why. Like he's meant to be the safe pair of hands. Scored a great goal to start it off, and then just ruined it. But then again, like I said, I think I said about Arsenal draw against Atlanta with the job. There's enough games to make it up. Anyway. So at one point is not the end of the world. You know what I mean? I think it's just a shame. Yeah, they just weren't going for more goals, especially in the Palace game. And then just 2 draws. But I mean, it's better to talk about 2 draws than a defeat or anything, right? So that's where we are. We've not been great. I think we're stuck in mid-table. There's not been any convincing
early, man.
performances of anyone really.
I learned from last season. It's too early to kind of suggest anything. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we could spend all 37 weeks, talking, and then if we win the FA Cup or a League Cup, it's all good, you know what I mean? But no, ideally, we want to enjoy the weeks and then get some performances. But I said, look, it's not losses, and I just think with a little bit of luck in that, the goals was these hitting the bars and everything could be victories, and Xerxes looking alright again. He hasn't he scored in the opener and then been a bit quiet, but his play's been decent, and then Højlund's still a bit in the skirts of the team, a bit coming back from injury and whatnot. So them two kind of get fired and push each other, maybe. But yeah, just need some better performances, man. So especially from Bruno as well, captain. He's just a bit negative. Bruno, he's not quite pushing the team forward that we need him to do. But other than that, 2 draws, all okay.
Good to hear. I'll go next then. So, banged up Bournemouth, 3-0. I think that's what you predicted, Will, wasn't it? 3.
I think so.
I can't remember. We'll go into predictions later, but banged them up. I think it was a good performance. Diaz got on score sheet twice, and he's been on really good form. Yeah, he had a good pre-season. That's why I dropped him in my fantasy. But he's shown the form when we first got him. He's back to that now. Obviously, he has injuries, loss of form, and that thing with his dad. But I think good performance, clean sheet. Can't can't ask for anything more, and we were top for.
You're taking anything now, isn't it?
Anything, 24 hours we were top. But yeah, I felt that was, it's important just to know, because we talked about last week about when we lost to Forest, is that like the sign? But we obviously bounced back against Milan, done this now Bournemouth, and then we banged up West Ham again.
Yeah.
Banged them up again, 5-1. I know we scored 2 goals late, but we were all over them anyway.
But that's a good result though, because like on these League Cups, obviously the big teams are playing normally these shit teams from League One and Championship. It's West Ham, you know what I mean? They put out a half decent squad.
Well, yeah. So they were probably they're probably like 3 or 4 players from like full strength.
Yeah,
we had probably I wouldn't say second string, but not the first 11. There's only a couple in there that would have started, but it was Nunes was up front. Nunes was up front. Chiesa started, so
How do you like seeing Chiesa's performance? What did you think of him? How did he look for you?
I think he's still a lot of way off from when I saw him at the Euros. When he he had so much like potential, and he was really like going to be like a really really class player, and then he got injured and he got sold to Fiorentina. So I think what concerns me is his injury record, but I think it's too early to judge. I've only seen like 10 minutes of him in the league, and then he did about 70 minutes last night. So
I would love it if Crazy did well though, and like it's just the name recognition,
Yeah, because
you know what I mean. When superstars come over, you kind of wish if they do well, it's more fun, isn't it? Like, you don't want them to be
of course,
lingering in the skirts of the team. So
it's because he was like had potential to be a really really good player, like really really good. But yeah,
I don't know why you put superstar next to his name though.
No. When I say so, he's got name recognition because of his dad. So when you hear Chiesa, you just think, I wish I would. No, superstars. No, I wouldn't say that. But I'm saying when he first burst into the scene and then living under his dad's name, you kind of have that. You want it. A bit like Clivert. His son. His son's not that great, but when you hear that, I'm wishful that they do live up to it, and they go on and kind of.
That's what happened in his early days. People saying, actually, you know what, he could be as good as his dad.
Yeah. Like for example, like all Zidane's kids, they're shit, right? But do you not wish that they were good? Do you get what I'm trying to say? No, if Zidane kids were good, and then they kind of touched upon that kind of echelon of the higher ups. Yeah, it's quite a nice story. As a fan, no? I don't know if I'm alone in thinking, but
I think you're right there. There's only a few kids which are better or on par with their dads. A lot of them dog shit. Like you said, Clivert's dog shit. Obviously,
are there any bitters actually? Let's go through. Where
I think Wright Phillips.
Right, better than Wright.
I think he did better. Like England
medals. Nah,
the whole point of the show you medals.
Medals.
Can't count Wright.
I reckon Ian Wright again. He's not like Ian Wright reached the heights. Like he's like a legend. No way. Ian Wright's a legend of the Premier League. Wright Phillips is nowhere near that show.
I'm sure Wright Phillips was adopted.
Yeah, you're getting into technicals now.
Harsh, mate.
We're talking about
son is a son, isn't it?
Yeah,
like your children. Your children are your children, mate.
We're talking about genes, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're talking about your fur kids, mate.
Who was really bad? Cruyff, obviously, Johan Cruyff, and then Jordi Cruyff.
Yeah, Jordi Cruyff was...
Cruyff played for United, yeah. So again, we'll go back. I would everyone would have loved if Cruyff was successful and kind of, made the headlines. But you just like, what a shame, there's shit in it. But yeah,
it would be nice if Chiesa can like replicate some of that like promise he showed. It's still very early days, and I feel that he's, when players get that sort of stereotypical like sick note injury, they're injured for the rest of their lives, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's true though. They're stuck with that for a reason. Like, who are we on now? Reece James. Oh my god, that guy. He's like stealing a living. This guy's forever. comes back. He's just like
it's good.
Surely they have a clause though in a contract to say if you get injured, you only get X amount of money.
Are you saying you should, or they should, or are you saying that this happens?
It should happen, right? You should have there's a clause, no?
No, because you're talking about it's literally employment, though, isn't it? You can't penalize someone for being injured.
But football doesn't work like that. You don't have you have a basic, but a lot of the times they work on appearances, first team appearances. So it's almost like a bonus. So if you start, you get a bonus for playing, and usually that makes up for that weekly wage.
But what we're saying about he's not getting low pay for not playing. He's just not making the bonuses. You get me? He's making shitload. I reckon it's more like that. I'm sure there is appearances fees, but I reckon these injured players are just laughing, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digressed a lot from what Liverpool's.
Anyway, go back. Yeah, banged at West Ham, and I wouldn't say that was an easy fixture. Because West Ham are a strong team, not like Championship or League One teams with respect. So it was, it probably was not a what's it called? Not a bank. It wasn't a banker, but obviously we played really well. I watched that game live, and some of the link-up play in our forward line was really good. Obviously when they went down to 10 men, it made it a bit easier, but it was already 3-1 then. The game was already over anyway. So
I was watching that thinking, poor Fabianski, man. He's he's lost his spot, right?
No,
he comes back, scores, let's fire goes in. You get what I mean?
Yeah, but
he made one proper six save.
You see that save? Yeah, the right-handed one. That was
it looked proper six save, and it always looks better when it hits the post as well. And it's like that's how close it was, and then he made a double save as well. He was on the floor and it's
it's not nice for him, but applaud it to him. That was a sick save. That was right-handed, but he lost that place. But I don't know. I don't think Areola's a better keeper, to be honest.
I don't know. They're playing because Fabianski is really old now. He's 39. You know what I mean? I think at that age, or maybe your reflexes dip a bit. We can't see because up until they dropped Fabianski, he was performing all right. You get me? Performing what you wanted. Yeah. And Areola was an outskirts. And then one season, I think, last season, they were like, Fabianski, you're done. And then Areola's coming. So that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah. Two good results, convincing wins, 3-0 and then 5-1, and then we've got Brighton away for the next round. Could be a tricky one because Brighton depends how serious Brighton take it, I guess. So that's good. And I think United got Leicester. Is that right? I think Leicester.
No, Arsenal has Leicester.
No, Arsenal's got Preston.
Oh, sorry, it's about in the cup. I thought you meant the next fixture. In the cup, Leicester.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Over to you, Will.
Over to Arsenal then. Big game.
Don't know what to... I think in hindsight, if you ask me, I think we predicted I think all of us predicted a draw, right?
No, I
you went for City,
yeah.
But you knew that it was going to be close, right?
Yeah.
And I think we said it was a 2-2, but it was just a really tight game. I don't know. I felt Arsenal played well. Honestly, with 10 men, half the game to go, 10 men. Getting a 2-2 result was probably about right.
Yeah.
They were pummeling us. Yeah, they were pummeling us. They had a lot of possession. I have to applaud Arsenal for keeping it clean until the very, very last kick of the game, unfortunately. And it was just one of those maybe lapse in concentration. Shouldn't have happened, to be honest. The ref should have called it a long time ago. I don't know what that ref's on about, man. Honestly. It's a similar situation to Rice, yeah?
It's a red card.
I think it's justified. It's justified as a yellow card.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the magnitude of the game. He goes and does that.
It's not. It's just. It's not like.
But the thing is, Doku kicked the ball away in the before that, and nothing happened.
Yeah, I know, but
it's only Arsenal, isn't it?
It's almost
like Mario Balotelli. Why always me?
Yeah, why always
Arsenal?
But the thing is, it's the same as the right. It's almost like let's say right because it's magnified when they're already on a yellow card. Because when everyone's on a yellow card, the stadium cut starts jeering, all the players start complaining. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a Doku one, he kicks away, no one cares. So
no consistency though.
Yeah,
no.
You got to do it.
Every single one.
All of the atmosphere of that is going to play into the referee's decision. It's kind of like how if people claim for it, then that's why the ref gives it. Do you know what I mean?
We've lost 4 points due to these decisions.
Yeah, but to be fair, after what happened with Rice, Trossard
exactly
never done that.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
No, I'm not. I know the passion, emotion of the game.
It reminds me of the Van Persie one. You know, remember that Van Persie one?
Yeah, when he continues. He scored it, he kicked it, and then he couldn't hear it,
Yeah. But it reminds me of that. But I don't know, man.
I think that's ill discipline.
It's hard to take in a way. But even so, even though if you say it's ill discipline or whatever, bad luck, whatever you want to call it, I think Arsenal proved that we are a team that can go all the way by the performance. Like people complaining about two banks of two banks of four and whatever, but you got 10 men. What else are you supposed to do in that situation against an attacking team like City? What are you supposed? Tell me what are you supposed to do?
No, I've got no complaints with that holding, man. Exactly what you do against that opposition as well. Like if you're playing the lower ends, you'll try go on and carry on with scoring goals, but you know you're gonna be up against it at home to City. So that's what they had to do. You know what I mean? Sit back and try. If anything, if you sit back and almost the timing of the second goal obviously upsets your feeling more. But if it was scored earlier, like 60th or 70th, and then ended up with a draw, a draw at the end of it, unlike last season, is a great result against 10 men as well. Because like you said, it happened. The red card got a whole half. Everyone's looking at those. They're thinking, oh, Man City's going to do this here easily, easily, no question about it. Exactly, no question about it. And they held on, and then you look at it, but oh shit, Arsenal's going to do it now. And then come at the end, shit happened. Ray nearly made a sick, lucky, dodgy save. You know what I mean? He was just flapping and it hit him. It still went in, but yeah.
No, it was a good game. I like the energy that we provided. It was good. Well, yesterday we won 5-1 against Bolton, which was a good one because we rotated players, youngsters coming in. Ethan Nwaneri looks really, really good. Sterling got his assist and goal. What more can you ask for in a reaction to what happened over the weekend? It was a good reaction, I felt. But nothing more to say on that. We got Preston. It was just a comfortable win, really.
What did you think about? It made me laugh when Haaland and Jesus was arguing, and it just made me laugh.
It was because bloody you see Haaland throw the ball at bloody Gabriel's head.
No, but the argument was originally Haaland on Arteta because he tapped Arteta.
Yeah,
stay humble.
Yeah.
And then Arteta just left the scene and left Jesus like you deal with it.
Nah, he gave him a stare down.
No, but he gave him a stare. He looked at him.
He looked at him and was I'm sure he wanted to say something.
Yeah, I know, but
he knew the cameras were on him. So
I almost feel, you know what? To be fair to him, he maintained the position as a manager and let the players deal with that. As a manager, you can't.
Gabriel not Magalhaes, Jesus came in and stepped in, innit?
It was funny though because
defended him.
Is really undersized, and it's almost more bad because obviously his English ain't the greatest either. So he's trying to bully Haaland, but Haaland's just like
he wasn't bullying. He wasn't bullying.
He was trying to
He's trying to get him to justify why he was acting that way.
Yeah. But he didn't do a good job of it, Jesus. And I find it funny.
He didn't. I agree.
Anyway,
he's an ugly motherfucker, that guy, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got Ibrahimovic vibes in terms of his antics and everything. It's his arrogance and all of that.
Not less than Ibrahimovic, but yeah, I get what you mean.
He gets away with it because Ibrahimovic is really cocky and he gets away with it because he's quite charismatic.
Yeah,
a bit like Haaland, like he gets like he does all these things, but I think we think it's funny, it's laughable, isn't it?
Man, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was going to sign Haaland.
He should have. Remember back in the day, like we
5 mil or some shit like that.
All of that, it would have set us up for the next 10 years, mate. But anyway,
I know.
Oh, one thing we didn't touch upon. Did you see Martinez's tackle on Kamada?
No,
The dive and jump. No, Will. Oh, okay, that's a big. Dave, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't.
None of you. He's a big talking boy. He done like two-footed studs.
Oh shit! I did.
What happened?
Actually, I did. Sorry.
What happened?
It was just a yellow card, but it should have been red.
That
Basically,
should have been red because he left the ground. He left the ground.
like you can't get any more red than that. And basically, the only reason why it wasn't red because Kamada pulled out. He didn't touch him.
Yeah.
And Kamada didn't make a scene out of it. So then there's yellow card, but it just makes no sense because if you're, it's not about sending a red because you injured a player. You're giving a red to try to stamp these behaviours out.
Yeah.
And then like the ref doesn't give it, VAR doesn't give it. It's just stupid.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because it didn't have an Arsenal name on it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
If it was an Arsenal shirt, trust me, they'll be all over it.
Probably.
VAR be like, referee, you need to go and look at that one.
Yeah, VAR can't get involved with that sort of thing. But then
VAR would have, if it was Arsenal, VAR would have got involved.
But then there's a panel that reviews all this stuff
afterwards. You mean
afterwards? And if the referee hasn't seen it, they have the power to give a red card or yellow. Yeah,
like not after the game.
Yeah. I think that they reviewed anything that's been missed. That's
what after the game.
That happened before VAR came in. I don't know if VAR's like so.
I think maybe before. I think I know what you're talking about. If it's proper serious foul play, but now VAR is
a panel. They used to panel.
I don't think that's the thing now. Honestly, if you see it, Will, it's not breaking anyone's leg, but it's a career ender. Like the action of it, the way when Khabib jumped over the fence to attack Conor McGregor's team, right? that jump, yeah, like yeah, I was doing it,
yeah. I forgot
on the game.
I forgot about that, but yeah, he's lucky he got away with that.
It's the most. What makes me laugh is his reaction afterwards. Like, what did I do? Like, why are you giving me yellow for? You know what I mean? But,
they know what they're doing, man.
Yeah, 100%. That sort of thing's got no place in the game, man. And he should have been, regardless of what he didn't harm him. That sort of
violent conduct, though, isn't it?
It's proper violent, mate. He basically leaped in the air, both feet off the ground. I swear, if he landed on that leg, he would have fucked it up.
He's a goner. Luckily, nothing, But anyway, that's it on the footy games then.
Footy. Right. Next section. Predictions. I can't even remember. Did I say 3-0? I must have said 3-0.
I think you said
you need to start jotting them down, Will, and give us some feedback on how we've done.
You put the spreadsheet.
I think you got one of them right.
Yeah, because I went with a 0-0 draw for City Arsenal. 0-0 or 1-1. I went for a draw for that one.
I think you said 3-0 for Liverpool because I think I went for 2.
Didn't you give Palace and did you say Palace was going to win, Dave, or draw?
Yeah, I said 2-1 Palace.
Oh, okay, fine.
That was close.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. But yeah, let's put them down. Let us know.
Yeah,
nice
not just that. Let's just put quid on it next time as well. I need to remember these, so I'll put quid on.
What games we got coming up?
So the next games: Arsenal, Leicester, and then
easy.
Wolves, Liverpool.
Should be easy.
United, Spurs.
Spurs, yeah, tasty. United, Spurs, is a tasty game.
Yeah.
I think United will win that. Spurs are like, like we talk about Spurs. They play one way, attack, and United at home. 2-1. 2-1 United. I was going to say 3-1, but it's a bit too generous, I think. I'll stay with 2-1.
United at home, Spurs, high line. I think Ten Hag's got that tactic right.
Yeah.
I reckon United's going to win this 2-0.
You know what? Both of you are on fucking drugs. What are you on about?
You fancy Spurs?
There's no way United's winning this game.
No, to me, no way.
You make it sound, United at home, it's a banker.
It is a banker. No,
it is a banker.
Not a banker, but honestly, Spurs and United now are the level of each other. They're the rivals now. We spoke about who's rivals. United and Spurs is about the same kind of shitness. Like sometimes good, sometimes bad. They're the same level, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Spurs are terrible right now.
Yeah, go on.
Right now, there's dressing room trouble, like everything going on there. Ange has lost the people. I'm telling you, and I called it. From day.
It may have, but United aren't great either. So I'm going for 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
Ooh,
I'll go for 2-2.
We'll go upwards. Wolves, Liverpool.
Easy. I'm thinking
It's an easy game, yeah.
Well, Wolves second from bottom, or are they bottom? No, bottom, aren't they?
Bottom.
They're not.
They're lingering around
worse
relegation.
teams than them for sure. No, they are bottom.
Actually, they are bottom.
Yeah, 3 teams on 1 point.
Yeah. Well, I'm going for another tonking. I'm saying 3-0. 3-0 Liverpool.
4-1.
Wait, that's what I was gonna say.
I got in there first. 4-1.
Then I'll. Yeah, Liverpool's just got too much right now. But you never know; they might have like a Nottingham Forest moment as well.
I think they've had that though, innit? Against Nottingham Forest.
It's done now, yeah.
And I don't think
finished.
I don't
think
think
now.
Wolves has what Nottingham Forest had as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wolves, it's a bit.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Lost a lot of players, right? Lost Neto, everyone like that.
Lost a lot of players. Haven't bought anyone decent.
Yeah, it's a tonking.
Their forward line is weak.
Dave, I'm gonna do you a favour. 5-0.
Okay.
5-0.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll leave a link at that.
And then Arsenal Leicester. I feel that like we're gonna 3-0 for me.
But yeah.
Let me change that. 4-1. 4-1.
Arsenal was keeping a clean sheet, I think, against Leicester.
You want them to because of your fantasy football.
Yeah. unless Vardy pops up with something, but nah.
Vardy always scores, man.
I'll steal your original prediction, then 3-0 them.
Okay, I'm going to return the favour to Will. 5-0.
5-0, okay. You never Arsenal and Liverpool had 5-1, 5-1 results, so maybe you guys will both do 5-0, 5-0 today.
Leicester are bad. I know Wolves are worse, but Leicester are bad as well.
Leicester ain't.
You know what's funny? We've got a lot of bad teams this season. You know what I think? There's a lot of bad teams. Like obviously, like Everton are started off struggling, but then even Wolves is like back in previous seasons been good, but now they're like we just spoke, they're bad. So you got like Wolves, Southampton, Ipswich. And I'll put like West Ham, like they've not started well.
Yeah, they're really bad.
On paper, they've signed a lot of good players, and their managers, the decent manager, but
they're not gelled yet, have they?
Not at all
for those teams.
But yeah,
unfortunately. All right, good prediction. I'll be sure to write those down. I need to whip out the iPad and sort that out. But fantasy football.
I got Carmed again in fantasy football. Remember what I said? Where did I say, I'm all the way in 8th, and then, boom, dropped down to 16th. Had a terrible week. I had one of the lowest scores in there, yeah. 3rd lowest scores with Ting and Yat. That's telling you something.
Well, I had 23 points on the bench, so...
Aye.
I remember saying you as well, like, where's your Arsenal players at, man? As an Arsenal fan wearing that yellow kit, right? Your lack of Arsenal fans is concerning.
No, I think... I had a look at the fixtures. Like, if I had defenders in there, fine. But they're expensive for the squad that I have. So I can't really fit them in. Because they're like 5 and 6.
They're like, they're expensive.
I could swap out Porro. Could definitely swap out Porro.
What about, when are you playing your wild card?
Wild card?
Yeah.
I think I've already done that.
Oh, you done it already? Yeah. When did you use that?
Week 2. Week 2 or 3, yeah. After week 2.
3. You played in week 3.
Yeah.
You played in week 3 and did okay, 77 points. Oh, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought your move was going to be to play a wildcard and bring Arsenal players in because now their run of fixtures turned good.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of transfers available.
So, yeah, use it. Bring some Arsenal players in for the sake of your team and your fanship.
But yeah, doing bad though, like back to the same old lobster table fire in sight.
Yeah. Dave, you still holding on your position or not?
I'm second, but I'm only 2 points. I'm 2 points behind Adam, so I'm up there.
Oh, Key's flying as well. Nob's favourite player.
Yeah, it's the old guard up front, at top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Phil's still kept the interest, so...
Yeah, well...
So far, so good.
Give it another few more weeks. It'd be with you.
What we need Steph up there, but this guy's never like okay.
Yeah,
I
so
won't mention
I
that.
think.
Yes, look where he is. He's low.
Yeah,
What are you guys doing? Who's your captain this week?
Um,
Do you see who I captained the week just gone? I captained that Southampton Sugawara, and he's conceded a 95th minute to crack my clean sheet. Otherwise, it would have been half decent. But yeah, it's like a 10-point swing.
probably going to go with Salah.
Salah against Bournemouth, is it?
No, Wolves.
It's Wolves. Okay, so we just said
He's got a good record against Wolves as well.
Yeah, Bournemouth just gone. I'm going to
captain Salah
again.
as well.
You both on Salah?
Yeah.
I'll do Saka versus Leicester.
Or a dark horse. If you've got Watkins, they're away to Ipswich.
Yeah, if I had Watkins, I would.
I think Palmer's. Palmer, huh? I haven't got Watkins.
Oh, okay.
I've got Palmer. Palmer versus Brighton at home.
No,
that could be juicy.
Of all the players, if they like, if not like, if I had him, it would be Watkins. Yeah, Watkins away to Ipswich should be nice. But anyway,
yeah.
Cool beans. 30 minutes in. Did you two do your homework?
What was the homework?
You can ask what your homework was to bring a question this week.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Oh, you did
I
do
got
your question. Dave, did you do your homework?
You're
gonna do it right now.
I'll think of one after you two go.
You can do your homework right now.
You really need to think of one then. Actually think of one, and I'll throw my question out. Do you do a question, bro?
I did my homework. Yeah, I've got a question.
Do you want to go first, or you want?
No, you sound excited about mine.
I'm not excited about mine. I just know that
you're just excited because you've done your homework, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I'm a good boy, innit?
And your homework in. What was your question this week?
So, this question is a relationship one, and
I knew that were yours. Well,
huh? All those other ones are yours. All the relationship ones are yours anyway.
No, the previous one not. Never mind, man. Never mind. Yeah. This one is though. This one is.
Cool.
Is actually from. This one's from a friend, yeah. And they said, how would you feel if the partner that you're going, the person that you're going out with, they're divorced and everything, but they're still living with their ex-partner? How would that make you feel? Are you okay with it?
It won't be nice. I always answer these questions though. It all depends on how strong you want it to happen. Do you get me? You give me that scenario. Obviously, the point blank answer is, "Oh, it's not good. That's not nice." Which is all true as well. But I always like counter that with, if you're really want it to happen and you like, as a guy and you like her. Actually, who's this? Does it matter if it was? Is this always based on me? Like me going with a woman and she's living with the man? Yeah.
Answer it both ways. It could be vice versa.
No,
right?
You say vice versa, but I just think it's a little bit. Does it change anything? Is it a bit more not nice that a woman that I'm pursuing is still living with a man, or as a woman? Both ways, isn't it? It works both ways. I think exactly both ways.
I think it's both ways. Yeah.
But yeah, I always say like, look, if it's not ideal, it's never nice. This is a horrible scenario, but you have to work around it if you want it to work out, right? You know what I mean? Dave, answer that and go.
What would be the circumstances that they'll be living together?
I don't know. They maybe got a house together. They bought a house together, and they're in the process of selling it. Something like that, or the girl's got no place to go, and she decided to live with her ex-partner.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it, even under those circumstances, right? Because I think you feel if there's a reason why, like, you're divorced, you don't want to be with this guy, let's say, but you're still there. Yeah, that'd be something for me that's quite hard to understand. And obviously, I know there's financial implications of moving out or trying to sell the place, but there's always an option in those circumstances. I feel.
What about if it's like it was a mutual agreement from both the exes, and they mutually said, look, nothing's going to happen between us further. Flatmates, essentially.
Well,
but
I still wouldn't be happy, especially if she asked me to go over. It'd
be a bit awkward, isn't it?
I go over and see this dude's feet on the table.
You can't help but shy away from the awkwardness. It's a weird situation. Like, it's just bad. Like, it's even like, because we even asked the question, what if the person you're seeing is still friends of ex, right? That's almost bad enough. This is like multiplied by 10 instead of that. I'm a flatmate with my ex, you go there, you see the person that they were shagging like just a month ago or whatnot.
Exactly.
Your mind will wonder.
So that's exactly what I said to my friend. I was like, that's just really weird. Why would you want to go back to? Why would you want to be with someone who has in their head said, this is what I'm going to do? I know, yes, financial circumstances, whatever, but still, it just feels quite lazy. Not lazy. Am I unfair to say it's lazy?
There's always an option. There's always an option.
I agree with that, and that's why I feel like the way you feel is like there's always an option to move out or move somewhere, stay with some friends or whatever. Like, I'm sure a friend will put you up, right?
There's loads of options, and it might not be the best option, but there are options. There's I think if they take into account your feelings, then they have to understand how you feel, and if they do, then that's probably a good sign that if they take your feelings into account, they wouldn't do that. Obviously, I'm not trying to get on my moral high horse, but it just feels weird. And like you said, it's okay if they come to you, but when you go to theirs, and like you say, you see this guy's feet up on the table, you can think, what the fuck, Like you're on the sofa watching the film, and he's on the next sofa. It's like, what the fuck's going on, right? That's no.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're watching a film together and it gets a bit saucy. The three of you are there, like. Very awkward. Very awkward.
It is awkward. I think, in that position, then you don't want to be in that position. And
no,
but surely it's well, actually, I was gonna say, like, is your friend living through that, or is it just a made up situation?
It's a real situation.
Okay, because I was just gonna say I can't imagine it really happening, but maybe I stand corrected.
Yeah.
But then with that again, is it a short term thing, or are you saying it's a long term thing?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's short or long term. I think that person is in the process of selling with their ex-partner, selling up, and then obviously using that money to buy elsewhere.
Yeah, I'd always say, look, they've obviously broken up for a reason, right? Do you know what I mean? So, you don't need to, like, again, if you're strong enough and you believe it enough, then go for it. Because, like, why would she tell you that? Like, why would she explain that? And she's not, as long as she's not hiding anything, and then that, like, oh, I'm living with him, nothing's happening, but you need to believe it, and it's true. You know what I mean? And you can judge it by.
I didn't indicate if it was male or female, though.
Okay, but that's fine. I'm just saying, if it was, if I was pursuing a girl and she was that, obviously I can't think that she's lying to my face and wants to be with me, but also shagging her partner behind her back. Then why would she?
It's just awkward. You don't. That's
awkward.
what I said to my friend. It's like, you don't want to have something in your head all the time to. Not because you're insecure, but you put yourself in that situation where you have to sometimes think that way, right? Whereas you can be with someone that isn't in that situation. You don't have to have those thoughts going through your mind too. Yeah. So I did have another question, but I forgot what it was now.
Save it for next week. We're short.
I'll save it for next week.
Okay. Yeah. So on to my question. Not a relationship question. Just a simple question. What would you say was your like best time or favorite time period in your life? The most time you had the most fun? Like
now.
Was it early? It could be now. Like for me,
I think now.
Really? For me, it would have been now. Me, it would have been now. So I'll give you my answer. It would have been now because now, like, obviously, you're older and wiser. You're working. You have your house. You're earning more. You can go out and do stuff, holiday, da, da, da. But then it's with all that, it's just more stressful. I'm seeing my friends less and all of that. I'm not playing sports. I'm not going to play football as I can.
That's on you though, isn't it?
It's on me, but I'm just saying that. But it's not this the period I'm living now, so it's not my funnest period. That's all I'm saying. You might come out and say, "Oh, but I am playing sports." But I'm saying for me, it's definitely not now because now I've got adult responsibilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got like a family to look after and attend to, so kind of thing. Like even silly stuff like a new film comes out, I can't just go out and say, "Oh, let's go watch cinema." Do you know what I say? So this is just me.
Stop there, man.
What's that?
Dave
Make it sound
yeah.
depressing. Yeah? No, sorry.
Don't scare him.
This was just my answer to you on saying it definitely
not now.
My answer is not the same as your answer for sure, but for me it would be probably like college, when like just got like 16, 17, 18, getting college, just learned to drive, got my own car. You got a nice circle of friends that are fairly new because obviously you meet them at college. And then on college days, you're only in like 3 days a week, and then you're in like 1 hour, and you have a 5-hour break, and then another hour, and then all of that time period for me is the most fun. You get what I mean? Because then you're working like the takeaway, you get £30 a day. You go there, fuck that. It was just freedom for me, like especially the car, and then even in that period, I almost think like like now we'd be like, hey, you got no work. So yeah, Will, for me, it's definitely not now because you got work every day. You got to wake up, you have work. Whereas in that period, it's like, hey, you ask 3 friends, you'll go to Seal, and then you go pick them up and you drive out town. You go HK Diner, you have your Soundhill van, and then it's like 1, 2 a.m. and then you drive home and you're like, I'll see you later, and then you know what I mean? You're thinking, Will? I see it in your eye, thinking actually that was quite fun.
No,
it was quite fun.
I resonate with that, and I think not taking anything away from like my life now, but obviously it's a lot harder than when I was at uni. No responsibilities. It's the first time I lived properly away from home. I had a car, and like similar to Vo, we had so much time on our hands. So I lived on campus, so met a bunch of new friends. Same situation, and you just find yourself so much time on your hands. Like every day was like every night was a Friday. Used to go to my mate's room. He had the PS2 at the time. Play FIFA from like 9 to like 4 in the morning, and that was like literally every day. And then, the life, the funny thing about you, like saying, "Oh, I'm hungry, let's go still." So once we were so bored, we drove to Manchester for a kebab.
I'm nodding because
just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not because I'm not that far, but literally like drive to Southend, like right. And you literally again now we don't hate driving, but I'm never gonna jump in a car for fun and go meet Dave. Dave, let's go tour down a motorway. You know what I mean? But at 18, let's do it, and you're and the thing is, again, petrol's expensive now. Whereas back then, it was cheaper, you know what I mean? It's like let's do it. And now you're like, well, do you drive to Southend? I'll be like, shit, I might be like £40 or something. You know what I mean? All these things factors in is not now, but. Yeah, and like Dave, for that, it just sounds ludicrous, but that's what we did. That's just we just literally cruising, as they call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We used to go cruise all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was funny because so I think in our first week at uni, or first couple of weeks, obviously we meet some people, and then we met some older students, and this guy actually said that he did the same thing. He said, "Oh yeah, if I'm hungry, I just drive up to Manchester." Like, just get kebab, come back down, and we thought this guy's a dickhead. Why would you do that? And then we did exactly the same thing. And it wasn't just that. No, obviously, we drove other places, but it's that freedom, is having that, and it wasn't a case that I'd obviously maxed out my student loan, but things were cheaper back then. It was like we're talking about 60, like last week. It was 60p a litre.
Yeah.
£5 can get you fucking far.
Basically, back then you can top it up to your tank £10, and you're flying, man. You're like, this is lasting a good while now, man.
Yeah, and the good thing is, like, everyone was in the same boat. So, like I said, live on campus was really good, and you meet so many people. But yeah, literally everyone's doing like the same thing. You've got so much time to kill, you don't realise. Like, I only had like 16 hours of lectures a week. That's nothing. And I still didn't go to all of them, but it's probably where my like late night, staying up really late, started off. But yeah, literally, I walked back to my room, and like he's like daylight would be coming through. It's like fucking hell. yeah. Good fun.
Always messed my mind up every time. Like, I've done all-nighters for coursework and things like that, and when you see the daylight break and you're still up, and you're like, "What the hell?"
You get a second window as soon as the daylight hit. You get a second wind. You're like, and it's all good. But Will. So good for you.
I don't know,
man.
For me now, it is now because I'm not saying like the married life is bad or whatever. I think it's got its pros for that, for sure. You're gonna watch your kids grow up, and you're growing up together, right? I think for me, I have to have that mindset that it's gonna be good, and I'm gonna make it good, and that's why I say now, because I'm getting the freedom, as per se. I can do pretty much whatever I want. On my own terms without having to look over my shoulder.
Spur camp behind you, innit?
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like now, because again, like you mentioned about the financial side of things, it's comfortable right now. Get my own freedom, do what I want, stay up as what because I work from home as well. So I guess I should feel quite lucky in my position, because others out there, obviously you guys are thinking of some of the more, I don't want to say difficult, because it's not difficult. It's just there's responsibilities. It's responsibilities to those challenges.
The only reason I would say not now is just it's a lot harder, and I think it's not just like, just to give an example, like Rosen, let's all go Southend after this call. Right. If we were younger, we would have went. Right. No question, we would have went. Right. These days, it's not just trying to get your permission slip signed. It's the fact that I've got to wake up for work tomorrow.
We're adulting.
You know what? I don't want to drive. Everyone used to fight over who was driving. Now everyone's fighting not to drive.
It's like that, man. We were out yesterday for Dong's 41st birthday. Yeah. It's obviously a quieter one, but by like 9:30, we're calling it a night. Like we went for a meal, meet up at like 7, have a meal, have like one round of drinks. Obviously, we're driving or no drinks at all. Yeah. And then it's like, should we call it a day now? And then we're like, So we're home by 10. We're home by 10 o'clock, that kind of thing. And I'm walking home. We're saying like, man, this feels well late, isn't it? We're like, it does. Because we know it's early, you know what I mean? But we had to go home because obviously like Leanne's at home with the kids and need to help put them down. That it's just adult life. But
adulting. No, I get it.
Adulting.
I get it.
No, I get where you're coming from, because obviously your situation's a bit more different, and it's probably nice to have that sort of freedom again, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it was really weird to start off with. Like it's like, what am I going to do now? And you just bringing out that list again of all the things that you really wanted to do, right? So
you're going to be in for a shock again when the right lady comes back into your life, and then
who knows? Who knows? Can't do this. Well, I'm getting a dog, so that might take up my time.
Yeah.
So
quickly digressing, but like your Lenezra, obviously you can't ever name your child that, but a dog's a free reign, isn't it? Yeah, you going for it?
No.
Okay. No. We'll have a name reveal soon.
Have you dog-proofed your flat?
Yeah. It's like I use like all Melvin's old stuff. Like I had to buy a crate for the dog, like a little dog house, a real dog house.
So room for two in case.
It's quite big actually. I can probably fit in it. So that everything's sorted. I'm picking him up on Sunday, and probably show him on next week.
Nice.
Dog review.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, Dave, have you got anything for us? Or
Yeah. Got a question. So I think we're all growing up in the era, especially being Chinese as well, that our parents were quite strict, I would say, and we're in a period where it was okay for parents to punish their children physically. So my question to you guys, and I'll answer as well. What's the worst physical punishment you received from your parents?
Oh, received. I thought this was heading to
no. That's a
game
personal question. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we touched upon this slightly before ish about strict parents and whatnot.
Did we? Oh, okay.
Remember a little bit, but I remember me telling you guys I never got punished. I never got hit
physically.
You?
Yeah. This is your reaction last time as well.
I remember because you. Yeah, I remember this.
See, it was ringing a bell today. But Will, that was your and Dave's reaction the first time I told you like this, and you're like, no way. And I was like, nah, like it was like obviously my I'm the youngest of 4, so obviously my two above me, they got punished. They got like
actually I recall
they
this
got the wires that hit on them. But obviously, I don't know why I got away with it. Like, I joke maybe because I was like the good one or something like that. But honestly, it stopped. Like the severe punishment stopped to me. So I haven't gotten. Oh, actually, I don't. Okay, so you're asking me for the worst. So even though I gave you all of that story, I never got hit and all of that, which is true. There was one instance, where I must have backtracked a little bit to my dad, and obviously I know because I've never been hit. Like I've never been feared of the hit. But he got so mad at me. That's it. He asked me to make him to bow tie to tongue tie for him, and I said no. And I'm age wise, I'm probably about 7 or 8. And he wanted to tongue tie. I said no, like as I normally do or whatnot. And I don't know was he in a bad mood or not, but he got we call it a matto ball, basically the cloth that you wipe the table with. It's always a bit soggy and dirty, and then he just got it and then dashed it on my face, kind of thing, and then like that. And I was like, very shocked because it's never happened to me before. And so that's the worst. And my mum was there. Mum like kind of, I don't know. My memory, I don't know, Hayes. I don't know. Was my dad a little bit drunk or whatnot? Because it was very out of character for him to do that to me. Do you get what I mean? So and that's the only time ever. So when I try to think back, I can't. My memory's not clear enough to know whether he was a little bit drunk or buzzing, and that's why he did it, or was because I weren't that rude. He just asked me to talk. I said no, that kind of thing, and then I got the thing dashed on my face. So. That's as bad as it
slap like that.
That's
face.
So I've never been hit. Yeah.
Well, how did you feel when that happened? What was your feeling?
I was shocked, and I think so. I got a bit scared. I was scared. So that's the point of almost your dad disciplining them from the very beginning is so you get scared of them, isn't it? So I never needed to be scared of him. I mean, and again, I would say I didn't need to get punished that much. I weren't an unruly kid, that kind of thing. But on that time. When it happened, I was like, thank God my mum was there. I remember feeling like really like, shit, what's going on? Like, you feel really small and vulnerable. That was suddenly me. Whereas I never had that feeling. I remember it and I needed my mum protected me. And then it just stopped. And then, like I said, it's never happened again. He's never been close to it. So.
Wow, 7 years old and you remember that? I mean,
I remember
more than 2 years' time. So you must remember a lot.
Quite a lot. I remember quite a lot of things, like quite clearly. But yeah.
Oh, you don't want to know about me. I was a naughty kid.
Yeah,
I wasn't a naughty kid, but I'd get disciplined no matter like any bad mode of anything, even if it was like minor. I'd get punished bad. From Chinese school examinations, not getting first place. Like I remember getting second place and getting beaten up by that. I remember coming home late and not telling my parents I'm coming home late. Got beat up for that. What was the worst one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the worst beating or worse than that?
There were so many, and they're all quite bad. I just remember, I don't know what I did. I cannot remember for the life of me what I did, but I just remember, like Rose said, there was a wire involved. And I still got the scar till this day. It's like a wire. You know the end of the wire where it's like
fucking scar.
It's curved like that. It's curved like that. That's the mark. That's the mark that I got on my back from it.
Damn.
But no, I wouldn't say I was a naughty kid. I was just had like a streak of do the wrong things so that my sisters can see what the naughty things were. And they
rubbed
knew.
Your dad the wrong way. Let's just say that,
yeah, maybe, yeah. I can't remember what I did though. Something foolish.
But you got a scar from it, so that's bad enough.
Yeah. I just remember that it was just like that was the only time that my skin opened up, though, like from a beating, and I think maybe that my dad did go a bit too far that time. I must have been about 10-ish, around that age. Whether it was my dad go too far or me that I forced him to go that far, can't remember what it was, but I still think I don't think it's okay, because like Vo said, it made me scared of my dad. Whereas, and I think that's why I don't really have a good relationship with my dad these days. We can talk, we can, we'll have a small talk conversation, but that's as far as it goes. There is no deeper feeling to when we chat to each other. Never. Yeah, I feel like I can't connect with my dad.
But I don't think that's due to like the discipline and all that. Like, I think
I think
it's due to being Asian. You get what I mean?
I think so. I think that adds to it. I think it definitely adds to it. But I honestly don't feel like I have a proper relationship with my dad.
I posted something on Instagram, like jokingly, like basically there was a girl and she's talking to her mum, deep feelings, and I joke because the mum's speaking in English, and if my parents spoke English like perfectly, I'll be able to talk to them way more deeper. Like I'll be talking to them how we talk about things. I honestly feel like hi mum, hi dad, how's things? You get me? But it's my lack of Chinese, because I can communicate Chinese fairly, like get about my whole life, but to go into a deep conversation like this, no way, to get me in. So I couldn't even ask my parents a question or answer them that way. So I think that might play
language
into
barrier for you.
Yeah, language barrier. I feel like expressing.
Expressing your.
I don't really have the words in Chinese to express some of the things that we need to if you had a deep conversation of whatnot. You know what I mean?
But my dad speaks English very well. My mum speaks English very well. I'm also surprised at the vocabulary my dad has. It's like he's using these long words.
Yeah.
How do you know about that? Because I'm not thinking that, I'm just saying, he's refugee, English, whatever.
Yeah.
But he knows a lot, But even so, with that, I still can't connect with him. As much as I want to talk. Yeah, I think the other day, I really wanted to set the thing straight, Mom, Dad, like, I don't want you just to view me as a son and rah, 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 rah. I want us to have that bond, that relationship. They just pardoned me off. I'm just like, oh my God, like, okay, then, all right.
We talk about the older Asian generation. It's just not in them. They can't unlock that piece of their heart. It doesn't exist. It might not even exist. Do you know what I mean? I said they can't unlock it. It might not even ever be there. Do you know what I mean? So, maybe that's just what we're left with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
well,
maybe.
Yeah, and it makes our generation, the one that's going to break that. I feel.
Cool. Anyway, Dave. Worth beating?
Yeah. Hopefully, no. You just I've got a follow-up question, but if we get time, I'll
we'll leave it for next week. We need questions. So you and Will's got the questions for next week.
Okay. The worst one. I don't know if I've mentioned this offline to you guys, but I can't remember what I did. It's funny that we can't remember what we did,
No.
but remember the pain.
Just remember the punishment.
I remember the punishment, and basically, my mum grabbed me by the hand, and she took me over to the stove,
You have told us this. Yeah. Because I remember thinking, whoa, but
she put a burner on and put my hand. So that's probably the worst in terms of pain.
You never did that shit again, though, did you?
No, I didn't. Whatever I did.
There you go.
But when I tell these people this story, and then she put my hand in a bucket of vinegar afterwards, and that actually
even more pain. You mean?
No, that's saved my scars.
Oh, okay. To help it, fine.
To help it, to help heal. She put my hand in a bucket of vinegar, and
so she did love you.
That hurts.
So I thought you meant the vinegar was like extreme punishment further on to feel the pain after it burns. But yeah, okay.
No, that's torture, isn't it?
So they did, no? Anyway.
Yeah. So that's something I always remember. And I remember I mentioned it to my mum like a few years ago, and she was shocked. She said, "Oh,
Does she remember it clearly
yeah,
or
yeah."
not?
No, she goes, "She's surprised. I remembered it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny because then for them to have it in them, because I'm assuming they're completely different characters now, isn't it? They wouldn't dare, like, not dare. They wouldn't even come across to
Well,
do that thing. They
well,
must know it's really wrong now, isn't it?
not
So do you think they've kind of
not just
gone
wrong,
with the era and changed?
not just wrong, but obviously she can't drag me by the hand anymore, right?
Yeah, I know, no. But I'm saying, obviously, you're older. But I'm saying, even if you, so like, we can't rewind totally. But I'm just saying, even if she looked after, I don't know, make up a scenario. She suddenly had a new kid, right? She can't obviously, but I'm just saying, if she had a new like 10-year-old or 12-year-old, I don't think they'll do that now. They're completely changed people. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
I think we're living in an era where it's not deemed as acceptable. And I think even Asian culture can see that it's not. I do have to say it's not. I'm not saying I condone beating children or whatever. I'm not condoning that. But I do feel there is a certain amount of discipline that is required to keep children in line.
100%.
Yeah, like I see children these days
that needs it.
I'm telling you, man.
They need the fear of a slipper, yeah. But
yeah, you know what? That's my follow-up question.
What was it?
We're running short of time. We're over an hour already, so yeah, do a part 2 to it. But yeah,
yeah. That's what I wanted to ask, like the follow-up.
We'll save that for next week.
For next week, but I do think, yeah, I agree that she wouldn't do that now. But I think circumstances have changed. Like, she doesn't have that stress of running the household anymore.
Right. I think they've loosened up because I see it as my grandparents now. They've loosened up a lot.
Yeah.
So obviously they know that's why I'm saying they've kind of changed characters because I don't even think my dad would even ever want to discipline. But it's different because I can't put because it's their grandchildren. But even if if they were redone as a parent again, they'll be different. I think their whole mindset's changed. I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll leave the other questions for next week because we've got up to our hour mark. So it would help those that are viewing just to pop in a question, no matter how silly you might think it be, but it would help. So yeah, like the video if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, and then subscribe if you haven't. See you later.
Peace out.
See you next week.
Good stuff. See, it's a lot better when we've got things to talk about, isn't it?